Hey, my wonderful Scorpio divine masculine placements. Christina here with Ginger Mama Tarot, coming at you with your extended September Tarotscope. How are we in September? It's crazy. Welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Christina. I am Ginger Mama online on TikTok. I do extended monthly Tarotscopes on YouTube, but I also do a lot of content on TikTok. And I have a website, gingermama.com, for personal readings or free blogs about spirituality, twin flames, soulmate dynamics, things like that. So let's dive into it. As I was channeling for you masculine energy, which by the way, we hold both, everybody, masculine and feminine energy. If you're unsure which one you are, please go check out my blogs on this. Also, feel free to watch both and see if both resonate or which one you feel more in right now, okay? We hold both, but most of the time we're imbalanced in one or the other. Also, check out your sun, moon, and rising, or your moon and rising, possibly your Venus, not just your sun sign placement, okay? All right, we're gonna get into it. So as I was channeling for you, I was picturing someone like on a balcony or maybe like a high front porch, and you're just sitting in like a rocking chair or porch swing, and you're just watching, you're observing. It feels very still, like just this energy of intrigue where you're like, I'm curious, my attention has been caught. But you're not doing anything with it. So, okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? A lot of times we need to observe our life or others or a situation from a bird's eye view to gain more clarity. The Queen of Cups here comes out first. This idea of you being in your feminine energy a little bit more, maybe feeling more in your emotions, also observing relationships, feminine energy around you, asking yourself, is this balanced? What is the difference between balanced emotional states and imbalanced? And what does that look like? What is the purpose of emotions, right? Like I feel like this water energy, again, that is Scorpio energy of Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, like emotions are always evolving and flowing, and we can't be afraid of the ways in which those occur, right? Like oftentimes some things are not meant for us, but other things really are. So it's like you're trying to dissect what's meant for me and what's not. And I love that for you. We kick off the month, the 5th, we're heading into, Venus will be in Virgo, and Virgo is an earth sign placement. It's very grounded. However, it's also very, very intuitive. And Venus being the planet of love, many people are going to be asking just that question. What is it I seek out of love? What is it that really needs to be grounded, and what is it that I need to like surrender to and like dive into and get a little like spicy and creative and adventurous, right? What is that balance, right? What's that balance look like? On the 6th, we have the moon entering Aquarius, which is a pretty normal transit to have, obviously, the moon change signs. What I find fascinating, though, is on the 8th, Aquarius will be conjunct Saturn. And so this is the time Aquarian energy is all about the collective. It's about looking at the big picture. It's doing what I was channeling for you. It's looking around your environment and saying, okay, my family, my friends, my love interests, my career, what is working and what is not? What is the collective purpose of my ascension? What is the collective purpose of theirs? How do the dominoes play out in this? And understand that that's one of the hardest things on a spiritual awakening journey, is to recognize as you're awakening, you're being called to pull back or go towards certain things. And as we leave behind others, we have that fear. I want to hold on. I want to hold on. I really like those people. And yes, absolutely you do. But if they're not in that same frequency or healing point as you, then you need to just let the dominoes go and move on your path and trust that if you got here, other people will get here in due time as well. And this is about you ascending. This is about you finding your highest timeline, your highest self, and just flowing with that energy. Oh, as my phone rings, let me show you. It says potential spam. Anytime this occurs for me, especially during a reading, it's a big sign for me to remind you to clear your energy. Especially with that, as we're talking about the collective, many of you might think you have this so under control, but you're going to be hit very quickly with spam in your energy, energetic conflict. And it's very easy to try to blame one person or one situation, but if you have a lot of energies around you, I would pull back and just observe. And I would set boundaries here, and I would say something like, hey, I'm going to work on my own healing journey right now. I'm going to work on myself. Can I reach out to you in 5, 6, 7 weeks, whatever time frame you want to put on it, and then follow through with that. It is not acceptable just to run and ghost and not set a timestamp on that, to leave it indefinite. That's not acceptable. But yeah, if you care about someone, family, friend, or lover, to be clear about that. Like, hey, this is where I'm at in my journey. I'm working on myself. Let's reconnect in a few weeks, you know, or whatever it might be for you. And then follow through with that. That is what healed masculine and feminine energy does. So yeah, you might be feeling spam too, energetic conflict as we lead up to the 9th and the 10th. So the 9th is the beginning of retrograde, Mercury retrograde, everyone. And I know a lot of people get freaked out by that. Oh no, I want to hide out. I don't want to communicate with anyone. Oh shit, the ex is coming back and everything's going to be crazy. Oftentimes exes do come back. This is a way to clear out these cycles, to really get a clear beat on this was meant for me, this is not meant for me. You're going to be forced into massive clarity about any current relationships you're in, any relationships of the past, and you might feel this give and take of like, oh, I gotta say something or do something. This is your sign to do so, okay? Yeah, because look at this. As I say this spam thing, this is crazy. The Tower comes out with the moon here. Scorpio energy. If you're not being honest about your feelings, if you're just sitting back and watching and you're not starting to integrate, you will be in massive Tower moments around this full moon. Massive, and this retrograde as a whole. And it's not going to stop. If you've already been in those and you've been fighting it a bit, this is going to be the universe pushing you to pay attention. Why are you watching? What are you waiting on? Why aren't you standing up and moving forward on your journey? What is that block within you right now? What is that block? Because the full moon hits Pisces on the 10th. Pisces is, again, a water sign, just like Scorpio. It is that really intuitive energy. Scorpio, that death, that rebirth, that like you're in the middle. You're rebirthing yourself, but you're sitting right there in the middle like, oh, I don't want to move yet. And the universe is like, you're going to move. You got to move. And you better decide right now, you going down this way, you going down that way. Are you going to become a moth or are you going to become a butterfly? Which way you going? No matter what, you got to transform. You've been in the cocoon long enough. You got to get out of the cocoon. And I know it's uncomfortable, but yeah, you got to start planning. You got to start communicating. The Page of Wands page can be about communication, a small awakening of some kind, planning. The universe is saying you got to get going. You got to get going. So you're going to feel that as we build to the 9th and the 10th. The 10th with the full moon, a great time to release any insecurity, fear, worry, doubt about yourself, this journey, anything like that. Release it. But yeah, what else do you need to know with the cards? Yeah, it's like, it just feels like you're in this energy right now of like, I know I'm right. You don't want to take an action forward. It's almost like you're in conflict with the universe, no one else. You're in conflict with the universe, and the universe is like, well, we're the whole universe. Like, check your ego there. You know, you got to ask yourself, am I coming across cold and distant and cruel to people? Am I coming across like a know-it-all or aloof or unkind? You might have air sign placement in your astrology too, but this is a masculine energy here that's very cut and dry, very like black and white. They don't want to see gray. They don't want to get in the mix and get a little messy. And that can create real conflict in life with others around you, especially those you love and care about. Life is messy. Life is not always clean or dirty. It is always the in-between. And so take that sword and use it instead to make a decision. These people will be out of my life. These people will be in my life. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to go towards. This is what I want my career to look like. This is what passion looks like. This is what I'm going to do. And own it. That is the power that you hold and that masculine energy. Look at this. If you can do that, we got the sun here. You're going to be out of any depression, sadness, grief, any stuck energy, that feeling of just watching and not being involved in it. You're about to like whoosh. And I feel like if you can release that, make these decisions with that full moon. The 23rd, we're still in retrograde through the end of the month, everyone. Be careful too about technology. That could be glitching. Any travel you're doing, be very mindful of who you're traveling with right now. It's a time. So make sure who you're traveling with is who is actually energetically aligned with you, or that could get pretty dicey. But we have, excuse me, the new moon on the 25th. And on the 29th, we have Venus in Libra. And so as we build to that Libra energy, that duality, that balance, pulling in that air sign energy, it's a lot of like, you better get it. You better figure it out. You can't keep watching everybody else or judging everybody else for how they balance themselves and you not do the actual work to do it yourself. Because I do feel like that porch, that balcony idea of like looking down at people. It's like that view of like, oh, that's how they're going to do it. And you're judging. But you're not looking at yourself. You're not like, how am I doing this? At least they're moving. I'm just sitting here. So that tower and then the sun, I'm telling you, if you can work through that this month, you're going to be feeling a lot better. Wheel of Fortune reversed is also a sign. Again, if you are stuck, if you do not take action, you're going to have money depleted in your experience. And money is energy, just like time, conversation, sexual energy, whatever it is. If you are imbalanced or have been in the past, if you've been hoarding time, hoarding communication, if you've been taking sexual energy, whatever it is, but you're not doing that, you're hoarding money maybe, like the universe is going to show you, well, you weren't listening when it came to emotional vulnerability and maturity, to consistent, clear adult conversation. So we're going to take your money. And they will. The littlest things will come up. Parking tickets, issues with lovers, here we go. The wrong people around you suddenly trying to take money from you. Family, friends, trouble with work, whatever it is. But many of you, if you're still in these sexual energy connections, the tower moments are gonna build. There is no space for that here. And many of you know, you masculines know you have a soulmate, you know you have a twin flame, you know you have this connection. And you're doing everything you can to avoid having to go back down into that depth of you, that Scorpio energy, and be like, I have to rebirth this. I have to speak my truth. And so you're really stalled out. And many of you are gonna feel kind of like you're drowning in a way in your own refusal with that Scorpio energy. So imbalanced. It's like you gotta check in. Was I not equally giving and taking? Was I not being fair? Like instead of judging, it's looking internally. What can I do better? Why is it this ended the way that it did? And if you can do that, you got money coming back in. If you can get out of that stuckness, you got hope here. And look at this, by the way. Some of you may be called to be on the internet in some way, in the public eye. This can be about internet use, just something like where you're meant to be seen in a public way. Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. This could be a career. This could be television, YouTube, TikTok. Who knows? But if you feel like that might be a calling for you, definitely start manifesting and planting those seeds with source. But understand that this is the way this works, especially if you're on a twin flame journey. If you are not taking the action steps forward to engage with the appropriate person, to leave karmics, to speak the truth, that money you're manifesting will not come in. Divine feminines had to continually try to express how they felt to you, ask you to speak with us, all of this, even though you put up those walls. And that was the only time with which then we started to build the careers and the empires. And so for you, it's the opposite because you are avoidant. You must begin to take these steps or you're going to feel very stalled out with finances and money. But if you can begin to take those steps earlier in the month, by the end of the month, you're going to start seeing this momentum build and be like, wait a second, how did my career just start happening so quickly? And it does. It does. So just food for thought there. But that Wheel of Fortune reverse, it's like that caution of like money is definitely coming in if you're taking the steps. And as we say this, many of you, I feel like when it comes to masculine energy for Scorpio, it's like you see this person is just, they're gone, they're on their own, they're in that single lady vibe, there's no romance here, they're angry, there's no passion. There's no passion, romance, or anything there because you abandoned the connection. But with true connection, especially at this level, it's always there. The question is, what are you providing? Have you provided to this connection in any way? And you need to pour into it in order to get that reciprocated. You're expecting to always just have that, and if it's gone, then it's the other person's fault. Instead of looking in the mirror and saying, wow, I didn't provide anything else in this connection, so of course that person's drained and said, peace out. You get what I'm saying? So that is up to you, food for thought. It's going to be a quick month. I feel like this is going to be a very, very quick month. Also, Cancer energies seem significant. Maybe something significant happened during Cancer season, or you have other Cancer placements. But this feels like a very quick moving month for you if you cannot fight it and just go with it. Let's pull a Moon Oracle card for you as well. But yeah, get off that porch and maybe consider watching the feminine reading, because the feminine reading was very different in what I was channeling for their image. Sometimes it's similar, but it was not for Scorpios. So a new start is coming. Have faith in your dreams. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra, which actually, again, is at the end of the month. So, I mean, you guys have love. You have romance. It's just a question of what is the stubbornness there? What is the inability to provide equal give and take, right? So dive into your own subconscious on that one. You guys are really good at it, you're Scorpios. I have faith in you, Divine Masculines. I will see you later. If you'd like a free or any free blogs, please check out my website, gingermama.com. You can also visit me on TikTok for free content daily. And any personal readings I'm happy to provide. The link is in my bio to schedule those. So have a wonderful day.